Nick and Lex here.
Hey everyone!
How is it going, guys? So tonight, tonight.
Whoa!
Yes, actually, we're gonna do some Phil Collins today, and I think that's Genesis, right? What we just sang.
Well, in this same album is "In the Air Tonight" as the first song of the album. So I don't
that's,
know.
I think, Phil Collins by himself.
Yeah.
We haven't made any research, you know. We want to go in blindly. I know it's sometimes it's a little bit frustrating for you viewers, but that's how we want to experience the music, like without knowing. We know a lot about Genesis, like 70s Genesis, a little bit about 80s Genesis, but mostly about Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins. We know that he replaced Gabriel, but we also know that he did a illustrious solo career.
Yes,
while
he did.
being with Genesis, I guess. So we're gonna dive into that for first time ever. This is a request by JK. Thank you so much, JK.
Thank you
for sponsoring this video, for being a Dan member. If you don't know what a Dan member is, please check out the description. And yeah, I'm super excited to get into some Phil Collins by himself as a solo artist, because I do like I love his stuff with
I
Genesis.
agree. I totally agree. I think that we went to go see Peter Gabriel live recently. We have yet to talk about that, but it was a great show. And I like both eras of Genesis. I know they're very different. And yes, one is more proggy, one is not, but they're both good. I feel like if they were two separate bands, they wouldn't be criticized so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I thoroughly enjoy Phil Collins, his voice, his style, his delivery, as well as Peter's. So,
and even in the early stuff when they sing together, wonderful stuff.
Yes.
But I do love, like, we've heard some stuff like Then There Were Three, you know, that album, and when even the guitar player left, you know, and I mean, so it's just like, I love the transformation, and I guess for you guys that who've been there from the beginning, it's always going to be a little bit harder to accept the fact that, oh my God, now the drummer is singing, you know. But for us, I mean, we literally, I think the first Genesis song that I ever heard was Land of Confusion, and for me that was Genesis. And then when I got into my own progressive rock music, I never knew why all these newer prog bands were like, oh, Genesis, and I'm like, that's a pop band. Yeah. Like, what is so proggy about them? Because I never knew about them before.
Right.
But yeah, I can't wait to. I love his voice. Honestly, I think the first time I really knew who Phil Collins was with The Lion King. Oh, no, that's Tarzan.
Me too, because
that's literally the first time when it said Phil Collins, I was like, who is that? You know.
Yes,
and then,
I have a picture of me at McDonald's with my stepdad with the Tarzan backpack when Tarzan just came out, and I showed it to my little sister Nirvana, and she's like, oh my God, that's when Tarzan came out. I'm like, yep. So ever since then, I remember loving the soundtrack to that movie.
And he has such a good voice. He's very instantly recognizable. His voice, very nasally. I love his voice. It's just so good.
Yes.
And well, I can't wait to listen to this. And I hope you guys enjoy this is our first Phil Collins reaction ever, right? So yeah, so this is from 1981, and the song is called I Missed Again, right?
And from the album Face Value. I'm excited to do this. I love that song, In the Air Tonight. It's in a movie.
Oh, like The Train.
In a train.
Oh yeah. Risky Business.
Is it Risky?
I don't know, but it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise. I can't remember what movie that's in, but you guys let us know. And I love that song. I love that scene. Very, very cool. Okay, let's go. I missed again.
There we go. Thank you, JK. Thanks everyone for being here. Boom.
Boom. Woo.
Why took you so long?
Very good. Yeah.
What a great song.
I mean,
Fade Out.
Yeah. So it reminds me, I mean, I want to separate Genesis from Phil Collins, but it's very hard because like their more commercial stuff sounds like this a little bit. Maybe not the horn section. It
Those
sounds
horns.
Right. It reminded me a little bit, I don't want to compare like Steely Dan with Phil Collins, but
yes.
the time, you know, when Gaucho, that sound that Gaucho has, although the drums here are more, because Gaucho is very like
you're right,
like very electric.
But obviously I was thinking of Steely Dan. I think JK was thinking of our love for Steely Dan because he loves them as well, and I think that he had that in mind when he suggested this. He knows we love horns. They just add so much. Yes, and the scales and everything that the horns were using was awesome. I loved just the whole thing. It was less than 4 minutes, but it delivered so much. It was catchy. It was good. His voice went several places.
I love his voice. Like, that's what I get with Phil Collins. Like, I get these goosebumps because he has such a pleasing voice.
I agree.
It's a pleasing voice for the ears.
Yes.
When he does that, like, and then he went like, like very high, like even what Gabriel used to do, Peter Gabriel. So I think he was the perfect replacement in Genesis at the time. So then we can now finalize with the Genesis thing, because I think he was great, right? And as a solo artist, I love this kind of music. Yes, it's a little bit more on the commercial side, but I like that.
Yeah.
I have nothing against it. I can listen to heavy metal, I can listen to progressive rock, but I can also listen to something a little bit more commercial or southern rock or whatever, rock and roll. Like,
I agree.
Know. And some people are just, you know, very obsessed with their style, and I was like that a long time.
Yeah.
I would only listen to jazz fusion, and before that I would only listen to heavy metal. But now I can enjoy some Mexican music, you know, or some like whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it was great.
I think this was an awesome song. I know JK
the solo
had us
was
in
great.
mind.
The sax solo was very 80s, very Tina Turner, you know. It's just a very good music. And I still have to, I think we both have to figure out when this was. Was this during Genesis?
Yeah.
I guess it was, but I'm happy that he had, you know, also a solo career. And I think we were watching a documentary on Amazon Prime about Phil Collins before the channel, and it was just him explaining like how he wrote. I don't know, I think this Face Value, this is like the album that
really,
yeah,
I remember we were watching Peter Gabriel's but did we also watch a Phil Collins
there was a Phil Collins one, and he basically, I think he was talking about this album because this is the most successful album of his, or that basically launched him, you know, into like this superstardom. Because before, I guess he's like, yeah, well, I was a drummer and I was a rock star, but from Genesis, and then I became a solo artist. That's what he said. I remember that in the documentary, and I think he got divorced and then he did this album. I think something like that. But you guys let us know.
This was great.
This was great. I have absolutely nothing but love for this man and his music and his voice, and I'm sure Disney picked him for a reason.
And he also did Brother Bear, the soundtrack to that movie Brother Bear, which is also very good because it does give you that sense of like calm and just
Brother Bear, is that Disney too?
Yeah, it's Disney, and it gives you that sense of just like, I don't know, it's very peaceful, his voice, and its delivery fits very well with sentimental things.
What I think is that Phil Collins could sing over any style of music and it would sound good. That's pretty much what I give this man. Like, whatever the music may be, more world music, more rock, pop, whatever this guy would sing over would sound good. Even if he would just sing a cappella, I really like. I know I sound like a fanboy, but I really like his stuff.
I do too. I really,
and
really
he's an amazing drummer too. Because didn't we hear him in a band where he was playing jazz fusion? I think we did.
Yeah, what was it?
It wasn't Gentle Giant, but there was a band. No, Gentle Giant is a totally different band, and I know they have a drummer. But I think
Racer X. No, not Racer X. SpaceX. No. Something X.
Yeah, Racer X. That's Paul Gilbert.
Yeah.
But because
Brand X.
Brand X. Yeah. Yes. That's it. So he plays jazz fusion. He's an amazing composer, great singer. I mean, there's nothing bad that I can say about him,
He's great. And like I said, I do love Peter Gabriel Genesis. I love it. I love Supper's Ready. I love that proggy, heavy stuff. But this is so good. And it's good that you're able to appreciate both of them and you're not choosing sides. You say they both have their good things.
That was so funny when we were at the Peter Gabriel concert. There was a guy behind us. And then, so Peter Gabriel is like, so now we're going to do something a little bit older. And then the guy's like, Supper's Ready. Right? But no, he did something, I think it was like from the So album or Red Rain. That was a good show. But we still have to talk about our Peter Gabriel experience, our Yes experience, was it's a little bit controversial. Let's just spice it up a little bit, but we will talk about it. But we haven't had the time. We had the wedding, see. Yesterday I was moving my hands and bing. I'm like, oh, it's blinding.
Yeah, we had them like super clean and everything. But
and they're also like more comfortable.
Really?
Well, I lost some like
it could be
fat on my hand.
But thank you, JK, so much for everything. Thank you, everyone, for watching, for everything you do for us. It's wonderful to have you here. If this was your first video of ours that you watched, feel free to like, subscribe, share with a friend. We'd love to see you all in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.